I thought India's big pluses were KL Rahul. It'll be interesting to see what he does with opening the batting. You've been an opener. Were you happy with what you saw?
Tremendous. Sure. I look at the modern game and I think it's kind of drip feeding through a lot of the development programs where players are seeing the likes of Steve Smith with his funky technique and his movements, and they're feeling that that's the way to bat, that you can play with a very much of an unorthodox game. I look at Chanderpaul, Steve Smith, who have had exceptional careers. The majority of high-class test match players that last the test of time generally have very basic techniques. They're very still on the release of the ball. They can go forward to the full length. They get back to short length. They use the top hand, and then that bottom hand comes in for a little bit of power. And I thought Rahul today just put on a masterclass how to play against the moving ball. You play it as late as possibly can. You play it under your eye lines. And you know what? You get a lot of balls down to third man because you're playing it so late. And then you wait for that one that's to fall right under your eye line, and poof, you can drive the ball and leave the ball well. Know where you're off stump is, just letting the ball go through the keeper, and then the bowler has to bowl that little bit straighter and fuller, and then you capitalise because you've worn them down. It was a masterclass of how to bat in English conditions. He'll stay. They can't move him. You know, when you get that amount of runs against this kind of quality on this kind of pitch, he's got to stay for a couple of test matches at least at the top of the order.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking back to 2016. He made a lot of runs in 2016. England were here as well. And he had got 4 or 5 test hundreds in no time. I think he's lost 2 or 3 years. But then over a career, if you can give yourself 12-year, 13-year careers, 2 years here and there should not matter now. But he's 28, 29, and a lot of batsmen start to peak around this time. So I'm hoping he can go there. The pity is he's got this spot at the expense of his very best friend, who's Mayank Agarwal. And Mayank Agarwal actually got his test spot replacing KL Rahul in Australia. So it'll be an interesting evening when they get together with families. But yeah, I think it just showed that the job is his if he has the temperament.